I feel like a lot of the talk about AI lately has been super negative, talking about like security issues and bugs and all these big problems people are having. But I think that something that we don't talk about enough is the amazing things that AI is going to make possible within our lifetimes.
It's something I've been thinking about a lot because I feel like so much of AI conversations is framed as automation and AI does what humans do and there's no more jobs and everything. But I feel like the framing misses just the most important shift is that what AI is actually raising the ceiling of what's possible and achievable, and things that no amount of sheer human effort or time could ever produce. And I think there's a whole example around the emergence with cancer research is something so exciting that you and I have been talking about. And I'm really excited to dive in and chat more about today.
Yeah, this is something like absolutely insane. I feel like everybody should be talking about it. Everyone has loved ones that have been affected by cancer, but they have legitimately started to actually solve this problem. I think it was the Technical University of Denmark. They were able to use an AI program and train cancer patient's immune cells on how to specifically attack the cancer cells. And it only took them like a couple weeks to do, which is insane because that's something that would have taken decades and decades, maybe 100 years to figure out in a traditional lab standpoint.
I think is what is so cool about this whole framing is that, yes, there's this whole thing about we used to do this in 10 years and now we can do it in two. But it's actually even starting to unlock the door of this approach didn't exist as an option at all. And now it does thanks to AI.
And I think that's why cancer's been such a difficult problem for us to crack historically, is because it's not just one problem that needs one solution. Every type of tumor is completely different, unique, and it's a really complicated process to figure out. But that is perfect because AI is perfectly designed for these complicated processes.
And I want to flag too that this isn't just like a case with cancer. Obviously, it's with a ton of different exciting things I've never been able to be cracked before. Like, for example, AlphaFold solved protein folding, which is a problem that biologists have been working on for 50 plus years of some of the smartest people in the world. And AI cracked in a way that genuinely wasn't on the horizon for them to do.
Which unlocks even more things down the road, right? Because if you can solve this one problem, you can solve this other interconnected problem as well. And we'll be on this amazing domino effect of research and innovation to protect humans and save humans and make humans so much healthier.
And even beyond that, going into like climate modeling, for example, the complexity of climate systems is so beyond insane that you cannot simulate every variable just at that scale. But AI is starting to break that constraint and you can model things at a resolution and time scale that wasn't possible before, which goes into this new pattern that there's these domains where the bottleneck isn't effort or funding or smartness of humans. It's really just the sheer computational and cognitive scale of the problem. But now AI removes that bottleneck in ways that no amount of additional labor and crazy amazing minds ever could.
I love it. I feel like we should be talking about this all the time, right? Not just like the, oh, AI is going to take our jobs and doom humanity. The AI could save humanity. I'm thinking it could solve all these problems that have been the bane of existence for so long, like antibiotic resistance, Alzheimer's, like we could go on and on and on, all these topics that, we are affected by all the time. And we're just starting to crack the code.
Yeah. And I do want to give nod to the other side of the argument where these models and this technology is not perfect yet. And when we start to having problems, let's say in the medical sphere with AI, a hallucination could cost someone's life. Like I do want to give nod to how important it is with this technology and having like safeguards and things around it when they do make mistakes, as human doctors do as well. It's not hurting humans at the same time. I think where we're kind of align here is that AI is going to become the most mega amazing partner to the healthcare ecosystem in the future of science and everything, because AI can go in and handle what it's generally better at, but humans can come in and handle the judgment and the taste and the context and those high stakes calls when there really needs to be someone in the mix to make that decision that's like that last effort, last line defense decision.
And I totally agree with what you're saying. I think that's why it's so important to have both sides of the conversation, right? We've got the people that are all on this bandwagon of let's use AI to solve every single problem in humanity, and the people that are a little more cautious and wanting to set guardrails, set safeguards to make sure that we approach this safely so that we can use this tool to benefit us without also hurting us in the process. That super excited to see where this ends up. I think in our lifetimes, we are going to see amazing things that we couldn't have dreamed.